Pimp Juice.
Can I hear Hold My Town by Drake, Lil Wayne, and Birdman?
Hey, you representing for LA tonight? You representing for the Lakers or the Celtics? What got me started in radio and DJs? It's funny. How I got into radio, I actually used to bounce at a club. I used to bounce at Tumbleweeds back in the day. Anybody remember Tumbleweeds? 98th and Central. It used to be on and popping. My man Carlos D, big shout out to my man Carlos D over there at KLBFM doing his thing, man. In fact, Carlos D's nickname is Bad Boy 001. And for those of you that remember the old Kiss days, we were known as the Bad Boys of Kiss FM. So you're officially looking at Bad Boy 002, okay? But anyway, Carlos D used to do a live remote out at Tumbleweeds every Thursday night. It was ladies' night. I used to bounce out there, and I used to tell him all the time, I'm like, look, man, guys should have an open mic contest. You guys should have like a freestyle contest on the mic. I'll win it. He's looking at me like, yeah, right. You some 6 foot 300-pound black dude, you're not gonna win some freestyle rap contest. Well, lo and behold, one night, you know, because everything was live, he had DJ Trauma in the studios, and he gets on the mic and he tells Trauma, he says, Trauma, I got a security guard out here that thinks he can rap. Put an instrumental on and let's see if this guy can rap. Next thing you know, they put me on and I start rapping, and they were like, you know, wow, ooh wee, this guy can really rap. So I started doing little jingles for the Eat to the Beat old school lunch hour. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day with Carlos D. And then I did an opener for Danger Boy DJ Lopez at the time. I also did an opener for Kid Vicious back then. And then I did an opener for Johnny V back then. And then I started hanging around the studios a little bit. And they had a concert out of Tumbleweeds one night, and I remember the now infamous Tony Monero and Jackie James. They're both now the morning show at the Peak. Hi, Tony. Hi, Jackie. Tony, they're leaving Tumbleweeds one night, and they were completely hammered. Yes, you guys were pedo, very borracha. And Tony looks back at me, and he goes, hey, Moon, you want a job? And I said, are you serious? He was like, do you want a job? And I said, yeah. He said, be at the station on Monday. And the rest is history. Well, it got a little bit more in-depth than that. You know, Kid Vicious did something, and I ended up having to fill in for a night slot, and next thing you know, I was the #1 night jock on Kiss FM 5 years. Count it, 5 years. Yeah. So that's how I got started in radio. I had taken about, probably about a 5-year hiatus from radio. This industry is fun. It's about what you make it. But it can be hard on anybody. And it was very hard on a relationship that I had at the time. It was very hard. And it actually was the ultimate demise of a relationship. And I decided, you know what, I need to walk away from this for a minute and try to really figure out what it is that I want to do. I took like a 4 or 5 year hiatus. I went to Memphis. I started DJing in clubs out there. And I didn't care what kind of club it was. It could be a strip club, health club. It didn't matter. It could be a kids club, a clubhouse. It didn't matter. I was DJing there. And then I got really good at just doing that and doing a lot of parties. So I ended up doing a lot of parties for a lot of artists out of Memphis. You know, like 3-6 Mafia. So big shouts out to DJ Paul, Juicy J, Project Pat, Lord Infamous, Crunchy Black, Gangsta Boo, Koopsta, all them Hypnotized Mind people down there. Big shouts out, of course, to Nakia Shine. I did a lot of stuff with Nakia Shine. What up, Kim Folk? Did a lot of stuff for Yo Gotti, you know, a lot of big names coming out of Memphis that, you know, I did a lot of stuff for, and just got really involved with the music scene down there. You know, big shouts out to Hunter Promotions, big shouts out to your girl Jen, River City Queen out there that are just doing it real big out there, you know, as far as the music. I started doing that, and then I got interviewed by a magazine down there called Street Masters. They did the top 10 DJs in the South, and God bless me, I was fortunate enough to actually be part of that collective. I don't know where I was in the 10, but I like to think I was pretty high. I'm gonna stay humble. That was not humble. I'm sorry, man. That was quite arrogant. No, I was in the top 10 DJs of the South, and then it was just always something though. I always felt like, you know, man, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And it was weird because I had everything. I was making a ton of money. I had a nice place. I wasn't, you know, connected to anybody. I just was living my life. I was doing parties for everybody. I mean, Rick Ross, whoever came through Memphis, Jim Jones, Lil Boosie, Webby. I mean, you name it, I was doing parties for them. And it just was, something was missing. And it was weird because I had just bought a new car and it had a sunroof in it. And I remember one night in particular, it was kind of raining, and I opened up the sunroof and I'm like, man, God, like, what is it, man? I know I'm supposed to be doing a little bit more than this. And then, you know, a series of events happened after that, which would totally caught me off guard, and that's a whole nother film or documentary in itself. But it was something that I'd never experienced before, and I had to go through a certain thing. But when I came out on the other side of that certain thing, I came back to Albuquerque from Memphis, and within 2 days of me being back, I was back in radio. So, divine intervention. And why is my phone ringing? My phone's ringing right now. Can you hear that? Oh, this is a business call. All right, man, so give me a minute, bro, because I'm actually being filmed right now. And I just gave you a shout out live on film, brother. All right, man, holla. Power so far for what it is, it's done what it's supposed to do. And that's a whole nother story as well. You know, it could do more, but we're pleased with it. And we like to think that we're the station that is connected to the streets, because a lot of radio now is kind of disconnected from the community. And that's not the way it was. Radio wasn't meant for that. Everything now is political, automated. They're more concerned about numbers and crunching numbers to make sales and this, that, and the other. When I remember when I got into radio, I remember it was cool to go out and hang out with people and make that connection with people and, you know, give the people what they wanted. I was known as a DJ on KISS for the longest time, and I used to get in the most trouble because I gave away the most things. Even when I didn't have to give it away, I would go and take stuff to give it away, because that's what we do. We give to the community. It's not about what we are, who we are. We go out somewhere and, oh yeah, you know, I'm Big Moon and I'm this and I'm that. No, it's not really about that. You know, we care about that, but we don't care about that. I feel like here at Power, we really do have a genuine connection with our community and a genuine connection with the street. 3 words that would describe me. Humble. Blessed. And I would have to say I'm big-hearted.